Yes, ma'am. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Yeah, so I think till yesterday we had demo sessions where I have explained everything about the content and everything. So what we will do is this week it's a festive week, so Diwali and other things are there. So we'll start slow. Mostly next Monday onwards, we will be starting with full 1 hour class, right? So this week just we'll prepare ourselves, we'll install all the softwares, and I will give you a quick revision about NumPy. I think NumPy is something which is needed for this course as well. So NumPy, we will quickly. I'll give you a brief because we already covered NumPy in part one course, and the tensor, basic tensor operations. Let's see if time permits, we'll start in this week, right? Otherwise, from Monday onwards, we'll start with the linear algebra part. So the goal of today's class is to make sure the installation is done for everyone. So before we do, we will be needing PyTorch, right? PyTorch is the first library which we will be using for our operations. So deep learn, what is PyTorch first of all, right? So let me start record. I think the session is getting recorded. So let us first understand about the library. So this PyTorch library, if you come to the official documentation site, that is pytorch.org. It is a open source deep learning package, right? Like we have already used many packages from Python, like for visualization we have Plotly, Matplotlib, Seaborn. For machine learning, sklearn. For other applications, let's say NumPy, Pandas. We have similarly for deep learning, we have PyTorch, we have Keras, TensorFlow, Theano. All of these keywords you must have heard many times. So, what is TensorFlow? What is Theano? What is Keras? What is PyTorch? All of these things are deep learning packages. So there are different deep learning packages. The famous ones are PyTorch and Keras. These are the most famous deep learning packages. Both of the packages we are going to cover in this course. To start with, the first package is PyTorch. All of the linear algebra operations like finding derivatives and matrix multiplication, all of the maths that we're going to learn, we will be implementing using PyTorch. Also, PyTorch has CUDA support, right? What is CUDA? I think we will discuss about CUDA. Maybe once we complete the basic thing, then the CPU coding, once we complete, then we'll go to the GPU coding. That time I will explain what is CUDA, right? CUDA is a programming tool, or you can say a parallel programming platform. Parallel, like Spark, Hadoop are distributed, but CUDA is a parallel platform where it's a programming model. So we'll discuss about CUDA later. So PyTorch support CUDA programming. So this is a very important deep learning package. So today I'll tell you how to install it. It's a very simple installation, very, very simple. So what you need to do is you come to the official site, pytorch.org. And once you come to this site, you can go down and you can see here, install PyTorch, right? You can see the highlighted part. So install PyTorch. Here you can see the different things. For example, you install stable version, and based on your operating system you can select. Mine is Windows, but if your system is Mac or Linux, you can select package distribution. Always it is Conda. We are using Conda distribution, and then language is Python. This also supports C++ and Java. So like you can use C++ or Java also, right? So we are using Python here, and then followed by CUDA. So we had different versions in CUDA, right? So we will be selecting the latest one. 11.0 is the latest one. So everything will be selected by default. When you come to the site, pytorch.org, you'll see that everything is selected by default. If not, you select your operating system. Accordingly, everything will change, right? If you select your operating system, the command will change, right? So you can see some command is written: Conda install PyTorch, Torch Vision, Torch Audio, Toolkit 11.0, C Python, PyTorch, right? So this entire thing you need to copy, right? What you need to do, you need to copy this entire thing. Okay, let me repeat. We are discussing how to install PyTorch. PyTorch is the deep learning library which we are going to use for the tensor operations, as well as for the first deep learning algorithm, that is ANN. And for any other algorithm, you can use PyTorch, right? It's a very famous library. How to install it? Come to PyTorch official documentation site. You will, in the first page, in the home page, you select your operating system and copy this command. Run this command. There is a command. You need to copy that. Now, where you will paste it, right? How to run this. So once you have copied this command, what you need to do is you need to create a new virtual environment. I think I already told many times in the intermediate course, or maybe somewhere if you have attended my previous batches. Anybody knows the advantage of creating virtual environment? Why we create it in Anaconda? Creating a new environment. Anybody knows about it, or it is new? You want me to explain? Okay, so let me quickly explain, right? So the problem with this kind of packages, right? The problem with this kind of packages is, let's say PyTorch, or let's say Keras or OpenCV. This kind of packages are not simple pandas and NumPy kind of packages, right? These packages have so many dependencies. If I show you the like dependency file, huge set of dependencies. So PyTorch requires many other packages, right? It is dependent on NumPy, a particular version of NumPy, a particular version of many other Distill is one of the package. So it depends on many other Python package and a very specific version it requires. So what will happen is, if you install, if you copy this command and then go to your Anaconda prompt, and if you paste there, right? Let's say I'm just opening my Anaconda prompt, and here if I paste this and then hit enter, so what is the problem? It will be installed in the Anaconda environment, right? In your main environment it will install. Now can anybody tell what is the problem if I install in the main environment? Let's say if I type here and then click enter, so it will install in the main environment, main Anaconda environment. So do you think there is any problem or no problem at all? I can install anywhere.
There will be some conflict between the package's name and.
Exactly. So I'll give you one real time example. Okay. Let's say in your you have a very high end machine, let's say a server or something, where not only you, along with you, many other people have also access to that server, or somewhere, let's say cloud, right? One thing is installed in the cloud and everybody has access to that particular machine. And you are working in one project, many of your other friends are also sharing the same server and they are working in other projects. Okay. Now what you have done is, now Python, Anaconda, everything is installed. For your one of the deep learning project, you have installed PyTorch in the outside environment, like the main environment. So what it has done is, PyTorch need, let us assume that PyTorch need NumPy. NumPy is a package, Python package, version ABC version it needs, right? Now the current version is, let's say XYZ. So what it will do is, what PyTorch will do, based on what version of NumPy it is requiring, it will either upgrade or downgrade the dependent packages version. So from NumPy, let's say 11.0, it may downgrade it to 9.0, or maybe it will upgrade to 12.0. Some changes it will do in terms of version, uh, like the package versions. And some packages it will install also. Let's say one of the dependent packages not there and it needed by PyTorch, it will install. So what is the problem? Let's say your friend who is working in another project, he's using one particular function which requires the latest version of NumPy. Let's say only that particular function is available in latest version of Python, let's say NumPy 12.0. But because of your PyTorch installation, it has been downgraded to 10.0. Now what is the problem there? When next day morning he will run his code, it will throw error. And let's say that code is a very important production code. On the basis of that code, one app is running, that app will be down, right? Because the code will not run, it will have some error because the package version is downgraded. Upma bana do. Right, so that is the problem if you install outside, right, outside of your environment. So what is the solution? Can anybody give me a solution? What I will do? Is it clear to everyone, like what is the problem of this complicated packages? I'm not telling every package you should install creating a virtual environment, like packages like pandas, numpy, very common packages, you can install it, which are not dependent on any other package. But complicated packages, like especially deep learning packages like keras, pytorch, opencv, computer vision packages, right? Those
Is
things
this,
it's better if you
is this
install.
how
Yeah.
is this how it work in real life? When I work in companies, this is
Yes, yes.
everyone have to have his own virtual environment.
No, 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 no. Everybody should not have their own virtual environment. A project should have a virtual environment. A project
Project.
specific. Yes. For example, let's say I am working in a data science or in a data science team. Let's say many people are sharing one common server or something where each data scientist, let's say 4 of them are working in computer vision, deep learning projects. Few of them are working in time series projects. Few of them are working in NLP projects, few of them are working in some other thing, right? Let's say big data. So the projects are different, sorry, the project specifications, the requirement is different. Mostly people who work in deep learning related project, they have a different, always in industry also. And I have not done that, and I have to suffer like this. This is a real time example. So I'll tell you one thing. What happened is, one of the server was running in Flask app was running, and
Mm.
I have installed one of the software, and without creating a virtual environment, and that complete app went down. And the next, like, my team was in US. So this Indian, it is very late night for me, so they have to wait for me till I join next day, right? Almost like 8 to 10 hours the server was down, the app was down, and that's a production app. It was a great issue. It's a real time also, we follow this. So if you are working especially in deep learning and computer vision related thing, and we use many complex hardware also, right? CUDA means GPU, NVIDIA card, that will come later. But it's always better you install all of the deep learning and computer vision related packages in a new environment, not in the main environment.
No.
Anytime you need, you just open that. If you see my system, I have two things. One is, if I click on Anaconda, I already installed PyTorch. So you can see one is Jupyter Notebook, normal outside of PyTorch environment. One is PyTorch environment. So if I click here and import torch, it will throw me error. If I click open here and import torch here inside this Jupyter, then I will get no error, right?
Mm.
So, so
Mm.
that's the thing. Yeah. So I will tell you the process. I just to show you, though I have already I think it's still running. I don't know what is happening for last 10 minutes. It is running. I'll tell you the process, okay, how to do it. Maybe from starting, I will tell you. So first, what you need to do is you need to create a virtual environment. Okay. So how to create virtual environment in Conda? So there is a command called Conda create. Right. So I will share all of these things. So no worries. I will share these things in a notebook file where you can, in a text note, right? Maybe notepad. I will write it, and I'll share it with you so that you can copy paste all of these things and create a virtual environment. So first is Conda create, and then minus n is name. Any name you can give. Any name. Let's say I am giving PyTorch, my PyTorch. The name of my virtual environment is my PyTorch. Any name you can give. Conda create minus n and the name of your virtual environment. And once you give the name of your virtual environment, Python version you need to specify. Python equals to, let's say, 3.7 I want. Right? With Python version 3.7, you can create, I think I have opened command prompt. I need to open Anaconda prompt. So just go here and then open Anaconda prompt. Right here, you type the above thing. Okay, so or maybe I can show you here. So sorry. I think, yeah. So first is you create a virtual environment, Conda create, and then minus n, and you type any name. Let's say my environment. Okay, some name you give, and then you specify the Python version you want. Let's say 3.7, and then enter. So now it is creating your package. right? It is creating a enter end. So it is creating your virtual environment. So once it is done, once the virtual environment is created, you can enter inside that virtual environment by typing activate. Activate is the function. Conda activate will activate your virtual environment, right? Then you type Conda activate, right? And then you will activate. So you can see now Conda activate and give your name. So what is the name of your virtual environment? Pi environment. So you are saying you activate my Pi environment. So can anybody see that I am inside, not inside base, right? I am inside my environment, that is Pi environment. So this is my virtual environment within which I am there. Once you are entering inside this virtual environment, you just copy paste the thing, right? So you just go to the official documentation site and then copy this particular uh, command and then paste it inside your environment here. Have I copied it? 1 second. Okay, so this paste is not working here. Okay, otherwise you can just simply type it. I have already typed. I can show you. It's running basically. So if you see this, this is what I have done. Let me open this. So first what I have done is, if you see this, so I have first created one virtual environment that is called Conda create. Any name you can give. I have given PyTorch underscore sus. This is my virtual environment name, and then Python version you can specify. Once your virtual environment is created, step number 2 is you go inside your virtual environment. Right here I am going inside. So how you will go inside? You will go inside by activating your virtual environment. The command is Conda activate. The second command is this: Conda activate your virtual environment. Once you are inside your virtual environment, then you can copy paste the command. So this is the command Conda install PyTorch. And once you enter this, it will take some time and it will start downloading and installing all of the packages needed. Once it is done, your installation is done. How to check it? Uh, so once your installation is done, you can get inside your Python console and check it. So maybe tomorrow I can show you that once, because it is still running, right, for me. So once that is done, you will also find here like how I have two Jupyter notebook, right? PyTorch environment and simple PyTorch. You can see one more Jupyter notebook with PyTorch environment has been created here. But before that, once this installation is successful, what you can do is you type Python and then hit enter. You will enter inside Python console and then you type import torch. If that import command is working fine, you're not getting any error, means your PyTorch installation is completed. So no need to do anything. I will share a note. I will share a notepad where I will mention all of the step line by line. Step number 1, step number 2, with output, with screenshot I will mention. So just follow the commands and install PyTorch in your system. Is it clear for others? Like any doubt so far in installation? It's a 2-step process. Create a virtual environment, activate that virtual environment, copy paste the command, and done. Installation is done. Is it clear? 3 steps. All good? Any doubt so far?
Yes, it is clear. Yes.
Yes, it's good.
No. It does not need to be done every day. Once you install, means this torch is available within this environment. So every time you want to use PyTorch, you have to activate your environment. This simple line you need to write. Conda activate. So what you need to do is, I'll tell you, okay? First you install. Please mute yourself, everyone. Let us assume that my installation is successful. Okay, my PyTorch is installed. Now what you need to do, each time you want to create Jupyter, you want to open the Jupyter notebook, this is the thing you need to write. Conda activate, and then you activate your environment. Let's say PyTorch. What is the name I have given? PyTorch source, right? This is one of the environment. Now you are inside this environment. You are inside this PyTorch environment. Every time you want to use PyTorch, uh, you have to activate your environment where you have installed PyTorch, and here you need to type Jupyter space notebook and enter. So Jupyter notebook will be opened within this environment where you have installed PyTorch. Repeating. So this Jupyter is not the main Anaconda environment. This is inside your environment, inside your virtual environment. You have to open your Jupyter notebook. Here, if you type import torch, it will work. But let's say simply how you're opening, right? You open your Anaconda prompt and type Jupyter space notebook. That Jupyter notebook will not be opened inside your virtual environment where torch is there. It will open in Anaconda main environment. So there, if you type import torch, torch will not work. Okay, but are you getting? So Anup, is it clear? So you have to come to your environment to open, and inside your environment you can open Jupyter notebook and then start coding. And when you are done, you can deactivate. Just simply type deactivate, or you can delete also. If you don't need permanently, you can delete. After your usage is completed, you can type deactivate your environment. So you are out of your environment and you will come to the base environment or main environment. So this is the first step. So I'll tell you about other things once you have installed. So what is your assignment today? Your assignment for today is, I will tell Durgasoft to create a, I think one for people whose enrollments are confirmed, for them, they will be getting access to a drive. In that drive today, I am going to upload installation folder. In that installation folder, today's video will be there, but more than today's video, you'll find one Word notebook. So you open that and step by step, line by line, you follow whatever is mentioned there, and you will be able to install PyTorch in your system. So it's a very simple process. Step number 1 is create your virtual environment. Step number 2 is activate your virtual environment. Step number 3 is copy paste the command from the PyTorch official documentation page. So installation is done. Once installation is done, you open Jupyter notebook and type import PyTorch, or you there only open Python cell and you type import torch. If import torch command is working, means PyTorch is successfully installed. If import torch is giving you error, torch is not recognized, something like that it is telling, then your installation is not successful. You have to check why it is happening. Let me know if you are facing any difficulty. Most of the time you will not, but if it is sometimes because of Visual Studio ++, right? You may get some error, but that is rare. Most of the time it will be successful. Let me know if you are facing any error. Okay, so that is what is for today. You make sure PyTorch is installed. Tomorrow I will tell you the concepts of linear algebra. We'll be discussing theory tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll give you a quick revision about NumPy. Very quick, within 15-20 minutes, we'll revise NumPy, and then we'll start with basic linear algebra, like what is vector, what is a matrix multiplication, what is derivative, right? How to find derivative and integration using PyTorch, what is tensor, what is the difference between array and tensor, right? What is GPU, what is CPU, so many basic concepts we'll be discussing. Okay. Thank you all. Do you have any queries? If today is your first class, you have not missed anything. Technically, today we started, and the demo sessions recordings are available on YouTube. You can see what we have covered in the demo class. It's just the introduction we have covered, the syllabus we have discussed. Technically, today is the first class.
Okay. Ma'am, does it require a Python updated version? I mean, let's say I have 3.6 installed in my system. To install PyTorch, does it require 3.7 or later version?
That's the benefit of virtual environment. So when you are installing this, you are mentioning PyTorch version as well, right? So
yeah,
it will
what do you mention version?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it will take 3.7.
Okay.
It is taking so much time, but yeah.
Another question. Today is my first session. I mean, I saw your demo, lecture 1, recorded video. but I want to also join your part one session. So when it will going to start? Maybe next week or there next to next week. But this there is no mismatch between these two schedules, right? This
Sorry.
advanced and part one.
Yeah, based on topics I have divided. Actually, that is also advanced. This is also advanced. The thing is, the topics are different. So there it is machine learning. Mostly machine learning statistics is the main focus. Along with that, you will also understand the data science life cycle. Like if it is semi-structured data, what is the process life cycle, right? The
Yes.
project process is different. So if you're handling unstructured data like images, videos, and text data, the pre-processing to model building, till that everything is different. At least the pre-processing is very different. How we pre-process and text data, how we pre-process image and video data is different than how we pre-process our semi-structured data like CSV, XML, JSON kind of structure. So in the part one, you will understand how to handle semi-structured data. You will be very expert in pandas, visualization. You will understand how to do feature selection. You will understand how to do dimensional reduction, how to do outlet detection and removal, followed by statistics and then machine learning. Here in this course you will understand if your data is image, how to, what is image processing, how to handle image data. If your data is text data, how to handle text data, right? If it is time series data, how to handle that. Mostly for image data, deep learning algorithms are very good as compared to machine learning. So yeah, are you getting? So both content is different, not even a single word is repeated.
Yes. So do you know when we're going to start the part one again?
Next month, first week,
Next month, first week. Okay. And the
December
timing
1st.
will be different, right, ma'am? I mean, either morning or either evening. I'm not in the day. I means we are working professional, so
Yes,
we don't
yes,
have
yes,
time in
yes.
the day.
Yeah, 8:30 only. I'm planning to start, or maybe yes, because this batch started now, so it will go for 1.5 months from today. So evening only will start 8:30.
Yes. Okay, fine.
Yeah,
Thank you.
no problem. You can expect like December first week. Yeah, I mean first week will be demo sessions, but yeah, class will be start mostly December first week. Yeah, 7th, 8th like that.
Okay. Yeah. And there is no any dependency of that first part one to on this, right? I mean
No, no, no,
I
no. It is not at all dependent. Part one is different. Part two is different. For part two, there is dependency on Python. You should know Python.
yes.
For part two, for part one, there is no dependency.
Yeah, fine. Okay, fine.
Okay. Okay. Thank you all. I just want to start slow, and you know why? Because many of you are new every day. You are joining, and also this is Diwali is coming, and I don't want to rush. This week is kind of slow. Slow will move. Next Monday onwards, we'll move on a full 1 hour class will continue. And in the meantime, you make yourself very comfortable. Many of you are new to Python. Make yourself very comfortable in Python, in Jupyter Notebook. Install all the softwares. Understand about the logics, like what is derivative, what is integration. Just the kind of, you already know it, but it's a kind of yes, we have session tomorrow, but Friday I'm thinking of giving a break, and Monday onwards we'll start. Tomorrow there will be a session. Mostly we'll be discussing about PyTorch installation is done. We'll be discussing about NumPy. If you know NumPy, no need to join tomorrow. If you are kind of forgotten NumPy and want to revise quickly, you can join tomorrow's session. And then Friday we can take a break. Right? Friday there will be no class, and then we'll start from Monday. Monday will with content will start from Monday. Okay.
And what about Saturday, Sunday, ma'am? We don't have class on Saturday, Sunday.
This Saturday, Sunday, no class.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, because we are just starting. So this Saturday, Sunday, no class. From Monday onwards, there will be class, and also Saturday, I think Diwali this Saturday. So from
Yes.
Monday on, yeah, from Monday onwards, we will start.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
No problem. Yeah. But before you join Monday, because Monday I don't want to listen, I don't have PyTorch installed, I don't have Keras installed, I don't have Jupyter Notebook, I don't have Python installed. This kind of things I don't want to listen from Monday onwards, because every day will be coding and assignments will be given and so on. So before Monday, you make your system ready. All the software should be installed. You should be comfortable with Python, right? All of the prerequisites. You should know what is NumPy. Many of you who are new, please join tomorrow's session where I will give you a brief about NumPy, which we need for the further next sessions.
Yes, ma'am. Have you also told about how to install Keras?
Yes, we will do that. So Keras, I think it's a module 2 after this, but yes, Keras is very similar to PyTorch. Within the same environment, you can install Keras. It's a simple command. For Keras,
Okay.
the dependencies are TensorFlow and Theano. Keras is a hybrid package. Like Pandas, the built-in package is NumPy, on top of which Pandas has been created. For Keras, the built-in package, the package on top of which Keras has been built is TensorFlow and Theano. These are the base packages. So we need to install TensorFlow first, then Theano, and then Keras. I'll tell you about Keras in the second module, because for the first module it is not needed. We're going to do neural network first module ANN using PyTorch. CNN, LSTM, RNN we are going to do using Keras. So when we go to second module, I'll tell you how to install Keras. Each module I'll tell you how to install the softwares. It will take 2-3 minutes, 5 minutes I can tell you. And I'll share you the notebook file where you can follow and install the softwares. Like OpenCV is also there that we need to install.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Need to just want to ask. I mean, you said on Monday you need all these things, so that's why I asked you this question.
Yeah. Yeah. No, Keras is fine, but at least PyTorch should be installed.